Hey, you know what? We're just having fun. Tobacco Pipes International, aka Mark. Howdy, sir. How are you doing today? I am probably going to have to run inside real quick to grab a different thing because my power supply out here just fizzled out. Figures. I will be right back. We'll see what we can do. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Interesting enough. With all the Christmas lights on, damn thing seems to blow up the There we go. Now it's got power. Yeah. Just for... All right, one more thing. Let me see if I can't change the lights to make it so it's not backlit. There we go. All right. Sorry about it being bright in my face, but at least it's not backlit. Jose Golf Piper, howdy sir. Great to see you as well. And hey, we've got more than just that here in the house. How are y'all doing today? Somebody in Nashville made me an offer I just can't refuse. If y'all are wondering why I'm going live today, that's because it's the Nashville Mafia giveaway. And somebody named Willie said, tailgate for us, we'd love it. And I said, hell yeah, why not? I mean, I try to show up for every last one of the live shows that I can get to anyways. And I watch as many videos as I can. People, if y'all have a video out, I'm going to say right now, please, if you want me to comment on such videos, I don't mind commenting on everybody's videos. But I leave a lot of those comments out. Yes, Ciudad de Musica, aka Nashville. There was a purpose. Oh, Mark, I am doing absolutely fantastic. But yeah, so here I am. I'm being told by El Capo numero uno or numero dos, they wouldn't mind me doing some tailgating for their live shows. And knowing full well that they're going to do the show of shows, I figured we'd have a sit-down. And in case y'all are wondering why this isn't a tailgate but a sit-down, a sit-down is a Mafia term that is basically, it's a tailgate. We're just going to keep it to nice terminology. Yeah, I'm still going to smoke a cigar. Okay. Nope, I missed. That is the one problem I have with this particular cigar. This is a punch, and it is the champion size. And often enough, when I'm trying to cut it, because it has such a small cap, it is very difficult to get that cut just right. So then I take my check tool and I wiggle it down in there and open that draw up. For me, that's a perfect draw now. If you have one of these, it's considered a Solomon shape, not a Perfecto shape. Solomon are fat at one end. Perfecto is equal parts, both sides. But if you have that problem, pipe smokers, you've got the tool right there in your pocket probably to fix draw issues on cigars. Again, just almost no pressure. You just wiggle it in there a little bit and try to go as straight as you can. It'll normally fix just about every problem that you have. Everett Young, howdy sir, great to see you. How is Canada treating you? And is there a clause behind that? Fire plug, yes, for the most part, a punch would work better. Problem here. That punch is way too big for that cap. And this plug, or this punch, cuts quite a bit more than what I did with my Zycar cutter. The problem with using a punch on this particular cigar is that you will normally eat up too much of the cap, and then it has a tendency to start coming unraveled a little bit. On most round cigars, I would use a punch because I like a punch quite well. No, it is not a 50. It is considered a 4.5 by 60 because here at the fattest part it is a 60 ring gauge, but here it's right at about a 38. So it's Lancero at the back and Gordo on the other end. Woo, snow. Yeah, I'm not doing snow. Thank God I'm not doing snow. Welsh Piper, howdy sir, great to see you. And yes, I saw you were having that EP Carrillo earlier. That was mighty good looking smoke. Have not had one of those. I've had La Historia and oh god, I've had a bunch of EP Carrillos. Oh, good. Mrs. Claus says hello. Good, good. That means you've been visiting with Boris. I only say that because, as we all know, St. Nick is Boris's southern neighbor. It is what it is. Anyway, so back to those cigar questions. If y'all have any more, go ahead and ask. Not a problem. But this is a unique size to punch. Most Perfectos and Solomon actually have a little bit of a larger tip. You could, if it's round, use a punch. Some of them are actually torpedo tip though, and for that I suggest a V-cut. Just because it opens up the draw enough on the first shot without having to keep clipping and cutting and messing with it. But this is a pretty damn good cigar for what it is, and smokes well. Under $10 here in Texas. Sorry about wherever everybody else is, but here in Texas, under $10, which that puts it in a budget price cigar, so I'm good with that. Howdy, Todd. Great to see you, sir. Doing all right, hopefully. I'm gonna get this lit. All right. Again, this is not my normal time slot, and I know that. And if somebody else was planning on going live right now or posting a video or whatever, look, I'm going to apologize. Not a problem. And here's why. There's a lot of presenters out there, and quite honestly, there's a lot of lives out there now. If we go back to, I've said this before, you go back to last year this time, nothing compared to what's out there now. There were whole chunks of days that were completely empty. Howdy, Boris. Great to see you, sir. Wait, sorry. Huva ilta Boris. Jamut. He would normally put Jamut, which of course means and chat. For those of y'all not in the know of Finnish, that just means good evening. And, well, Boris, never sleeping, it's always evening. It's far enough north that there's almost no sun there either. Okay, so you've got probably just the regular, God, I'm trying to remember what the name of it. I've got two of them right inside, but I've already spent enough time running back and forth. I'm not trying to tear up time by running back and forth. Oh look, McDonald's just told me that I've got some sort of free cheeseburger deal. When my mother-in-law wants McDonald's fries, I go and get McDonald's fries. And it's so much easier to order it on the app before I leave. And quite literally pull up already paid, grab my crap, and get the hell out. So much easier. So unfortunately, yeah, it's there on the phone. It tells me, hey, here's your message. Not a problem, Mark. As always, sir, be careful. Definitely, you're going to want to be using as many devices as you can. Any way that you can get as many chances to have that Phil Rivera pipe sent to you. But we've got to get 100 people. 100 people. Okay, let's call it like we see it. We need 100 different names showing up in chat all at the same time. So if you've got 2, 5, 12 devices, come on, get ready, because we're going to try and make sure that John cries as he gives away that Phil Rivera pipe. I know I'd be crying if I had to give away a Phil Rivera pipe. I want one. Quite honestly, the one he's talking about giving away is beautiful. Okay, I'm going to show you why I would prefer a silver band over the gold band. It's got a gold band. The one that's in question tonight has a gold band. But black and silver, baby. Yes, I would prefer a silver band on a black pipe. But it's Phil Rivera. To hell with what I'd prefer. I would love to have a Phil Rivera. Crazy good pipes. Just is what it is. And of course, now, I'm going to let y'all know. Some unlucky people are probably going to end up with a small sample of Largo. This being the Nashvill Mafia. Oh yeah, 2 IPs. So if it's 2 IPs, it should be able to go for a secondary count there. Should. And Mark, I can't imagine anybody that's a pipe smoker or an art lover that really wouldn't love to have that piece of artwork. It's been showed off. It's a beautiful pipe. I wish I was that talented. You want a Missouri Meerschaum General. I will tell you about General. In general, it's a gigantic bowl, but it's still a corn cob. If you try to slow smoke it, you can get about 2.5 hours. If you don't slow smoke, well, you could probably get done with a bowl in about an hour. Man, you go through a ton of tobacco smoke in the General. I know, I've got one. I have to touch up. I'm talking too much. Not smoking enough. That's what it is. Mark, I'm stuck with only one device. That's why y'all see me making the same videos on these right here, just like this. It is what it is. Oh yeah, Mark, yeah. And Jose, definitely. Beautiful pipe. And Phil's been on my radar ever since I learned what a Phil Rivera was. And then I've seen some of his other works that's been going around the YTPC, and I'm just like, oh my God. Hell yeah, I want one. Now, that's not the only pipe artist that, or pipe carver. Or, look, we can call them anything that we want to, realistically. Let's be honest. They're really pipe artists. They make pieces of art that are fantastic. Jay Mouton's in that category. Eric Weaver's in that category. Simon in London, he's in that category. There's quite a few people that are in that category. Artisans. The people that don't do the same pipe day in, day out. It is not run by a machine. It is the machine being run by the man. And the work is put in primarily by hand. Jose, you're not the only one. There's at least 60 guys I know of that are really, really begging for 100 people tonight. I don't blame anybody. There's people that hate me that'll be there tonight. And you know what? Good luck to every one of you, because I'm not going to win. The chances of me winning this? Psh, nah. I'm likely to get Largo menthol. And it's not the only giveaway that's going on. Tomorrow, Nish is going to be hanging out with Mike at Briar Blues. A over $1,300 Costello? Are you freaking crazy? I would love to even just know what $1,300 felt like in my hand. It's been so long since I've had that much money in my hand. Okay, I did just kind of dole out quite a bit of money, pretty close to the same $1,300 as I was just talking about on my cat. Different story. We're not going to talk about that here. Yes, my cat is sick. Possibly cancer. Might just be a bowel issue. Irritable bowel syndrome or something. I don't know. Damn veterinarians. But I'm hoping that it's just that my irritable cat has an irritable bowel. I kind of like my cat. He's normally mean as hell, and, well, that's probably why he and I get along. Yeah, Boris, Welsh, Mark, everybody within the sound of my voice, whether it be across the internet or through to somebody else. I don't know of anybody that doesn't want at least one Rivera pipe in their collection. I don't know of anybody that doesn't want any of the others that I've already mentioned. Like I said, Mouton, Weaver, Simon, now Asikian pipes. Have you seen some of their work? Freaking phenomenal. Beautiful pipes. I like the ones that look kind of like a lattice design with some brains underneath. That's the best way I can describe it. It is somewhere between smooth and rusticated at the same time. I love those. Howdy, Patrick Grant. Great to see you, sir. Well, you don't look a day over 50. Are you sure you're going to be 60 next year? Oh, yeah. They don't get to 100 tonight. John's going to be doing cartwheels and probably back into another chair, but enjoy it. He's probably going to catch wind that I said such things of that. Or break wind because I said something like that. Onion! By the way, Onion, 1614, brother. Now, of course, I am going to need a little help. Howdy, Steve. By the way, anybody wants to see what it looks like to have a partly tamed deer in your yard? Y'all need to go watch a couple of short films or videos by a certain person named Steve and Miss Kathy. Makes you get down to the point where you almost don't want to shoot one if you're a hunter, or you would just be okay with shooting one with a camera if you're not a hunter. Just saying. Onion, a win is a win. I will take it. Inch, mile, doesn't matter. Just as long as they smoke the donkeys. Oh, sorry, Broncos. I will always call them the donkeys. Don't get mad at me for that. Damn big ass moth. It's probably one of them moths that makes those damn caterpillars that stings the hell out of me. Neck's much better. Thank God for that too. Now, I will tell you like anybody, feeding a baby deer out of a bucket, well, yearling, looks like it was probably born sometime during the summer. Already tagged. Oh, by the way, for those of y'all who were watching, if you watch real close in the background, you can see a dog jumping around back there. It looks like he jumps up on a wood pile. And then, of course, you know Miss Kathy was close enough that she was talking to it. There it is, right there, going like, Miss Kathy, I love you. Cat Dad, howdy, sir. Good to see you. Damn moth, get the hell off of here. Anything I can do to get rid of those things. If anybody knows anything more toxic than cigar smoke to get rid of moths, please let me know. And as long as it's not that damn caterpillar. I don't want to find that caterpillar crawling around on me. Just saying. Oh, as I was saying, I'm going to need some help. If any of y'all are keeping a secondary eye on the Nashvill Mafia, because on their channel, whenever it goes live, I get notified about 15 minutes in. And I think every minute that I can spend on their channel is well worthwhile. So it kind of sets me back a little bit that YouTube doesn't like us well enough to actually notify us when things go live. And of course, this is a tailgate. It's a tailgate because Willie asked. Hey Willie, wherever y'all are, we're tailgating. Okay, it's a sit down. Mafia term for tailgating. Just saying. I'm no boss. I just do as I'm told. They asked if I could do some tailgating for them, and I felt like it was an offer I just couldn't refuse. So yeah, here I am. Odie, I wasn't talking about you till now. Howdy, sir. Great to see you. Hopefully you're going to be having something stronger than what I'm having, which is, of course, coffee. Tell them about George Burns. Okay. Oh. George Burns, according to some research that Steve did, and then I went back and backed it up and verified it, he smoked... you're going to have to remind... I remember the Queen part. I do not remember the exact name on the cigar, but I remember it was an off-brand, and the last word of the cigar was Queen. Mark, that might work. Of course, I'll probably have to slap the hell out of myself if the mosquitoes get here. Ah, that's right. El Producto Queens. Okay. George Burns smoked El Producto Queens and was their spokesperson for pretty much his entire life, except for like maybe the last 2 months. He got 300 cigars from them a month. Whew, that might be worth it, Mark. That might be worth it. Peter Piper, howdy, sir. Great to see you. How is New York, by the way? Yes, the El Producto Queen. And as Steve has indicated, it definitely was an old-time drugstore brand. And people would give George Burns cigars that I'm going to tell you probably would rate much higher. Yes, sir, that is definitely crowned heads. But if you look close enough, it is also Monte Cristo. Because the Ciudad de Musica is a Monte Cristo crowned heads conglomeration. I'm going to tell you, I did not like it as much as the Las Calaveras of the year that it came out, which I believe was 2018. But, I mean, it's good, don't get me wrong. I liked the crown heads Las Calaveras better of that year. There's some Las Calaveras that I didn't like as much. There's some I like a lot more. La Imperiosa is probably the best, in my opinion. Again, that's an opinion. Yes, Everett. Not only did they stay lit on stage, he said they tasted good. And he preferred their taste to many of the other ones. But he smoked 10 to 15 cigars a day. And I'm going to tell you right now, if I tried to smoke 10 to 15 cigars in a day, you'd just bury me. That's somewhere between 15 and 20 hours of smoking cigars every day. And the man did it for, well, he didn't smoke for 100 years, but he lived to be 100. Welsh Piper, there's a lot of hearsay, this, that, and the other about whether Kennedy liked Partagas. It was found in his collection that he had 5 or 6 different bands worth at the time of his death. Monte Cristo, Cohiba, Partagas. Those were the 3 biggest named brands. And I'm fairly certain that all of those were Cubans. I will say he had good taste. I mean, shit, look at Jackie O. She was pretty hot. You know, Norma Jean, a.k.a. Marilyn. Who doesn't think that she's kind of hot? Well, all right, there's some guys out there that don't think that Marilyn Monroe was kind of hot. I'm not one of those guys. And if you look at Marilyn Monroe, remember this. If you really go back and look at Marilyn Monroe, if you put her in today's society and you said, Marilyn Monroe's a beautiful woman, there would be women out there saying, what the hell are you talking about? She's overweight. Those arms are too heavy. Too much curves. Her legs touch in the middle. You know what? The difference is steaks and sticks. I like a steak. Some guys will chase a stick. Whatever. Howdy, Matthew. Great to see you, sir. And yes, I am extremely excited about tonight. Boris, I think you're right. Marilyn is definitely like a Perdiccas D. Smooth and attractive no matter what time of day. But, you know, hard to say. Charles McCormick, I don't know why you're trying to be a bot here on my live stream, but you can go away, sir. Y'all remember whatever that is, don't click on that. It's probably not good for your computer or device. That's right. Definitely New Yorkers are representing tonight. But Finland here as well. And, you know, though I'm here in Texas, I'm technically representing 4 states at this point. Because, well, California and Las Vegas, which is Nevada, and Texas, of course. And then, of course, Nashville. Just saying. Really? She was 36? I thought she didn't even make it to that. But if I don't try to dwell on when people died or how old they were when they died. I leave that to my mother-in-law. All I got to do is sit around and ask her any kind of question, and eventually it's going to be getting to that stage where she's going to tell me about these people died and that, this, that, and the other, and what day it was, what the weather was like in any portion of the planet, no matter where. It's kind of scary sometimes. It's just one of those things she focuses on for whatever reason. I let her. It doesn't hurt my feelings any. Though I will say that when she goes off on this person died on a motorcycle or that person died on a motorcycle, I tend to ask her if it's okay if I learn to play hockey. My father-in-law died playing hockey. Had a massive heart attack. Very tragic. The guy was physically fit. Completely undetected by his normal every year physical. Oh, Audrey Hepburn's good. I didn't know that about Marilyn. Almost was Breakfast at Tiffany's, but Audrey Hepburn had she had some classic features about her that, well, I'm not sure. Don't worry about it, Boris. It's fine. I'm just going to let y'all know if they are bots or not. And ask nobody to click on their stuff just in case. The bots are not harmful. It's the trolls that really get kind of harmful. Patrick, I will consider that. But right now, where I'm at, I would have to go to the YouTube app because obviously I do not have I don't have 1,000 subs. Doug has 1,000 subs. But no, I can't do that from the Prism app, which is the one drawback of using an app to stream live instead of YouTube, is that you can't make somebody a moderator just right then. Eddie, howdy, sir. Great to see you, sir. By the way, Eddie's up there in Dallas, and I love the fact that Thanksgiving was so much fun. Sorry, Eddie. But if I remember right, Eddie's not a big Dallas Cowboys fan. Just saying. See, now, Boris pulls out his Yukon and hammer, and he goes to work when he gets a troll. Alright, well, somebody probably just wrecked their crap. Not my fault. I'm over here not moving. You know, Onion, I don't know. No, Eddie, I do not believe I've ever been to the Tobacco Junction in McGregor. Right, yeah. Mark, I just borrow a whole crap ton of subs from Mutton Shop every time I need some more subs. And then I give them right back. It's the beg and borrow technique. Oh, I'm fairly certain that there's a lot of folks that I have no clue who they are have looked at my videos. And that's fine. No, that was not a gunshot. That was metal on brick, is what it sounded like. It sounded like somebody might have backed their vehicle into a mailbox. Our mailboxes out here are brick surrounded, so very possible. Oh no, damn! I hate it when cigar lounges are closing. Part of that is that most of them are mom and pop type places, and I really do like mom and pop type places. Let's look at it like this. If only the biggest and best were in business, we're going to all drive Mercedes and all shop at Walmart. And the only restaurants out there are going to be what? McDonald's and Starbucks? Yeah, I think I can pass on most of that. I didn't do it, Mark. I swear I didn't do it. And being that I'm outside the front door, it won't be my mother-in-law. She knows that I'm a little too heavy for her to drag back inside after she shoots me before I bleed all over the place, and that's going to show up. So she has to wait until I walk in the front door before it's legal. The rules in Texas are sometimes a little bit strange. Steve, yeah, when those mailboxes jump out in front of you that way, they make a hell of a dent, don't they? Oh yeah, Welsh, don't worry. There's some things we envy about on your side of the pond too. But as far as tobacco, yeah, we are very spoiled here in America. I promise. I know it. I admit it. Ooh, Matthew. Sounds like you have New York prices. Luckily, I know that that's true because you said local. And for anybody who's wondering about a B&M, no, we're not talking about a bowel movement. That is brick and mortar. That's just what we call cigar and tobacco shops here in the United States. Oh, yeah. Mark, don't worry. Y'all can razz me, pick on me. I'm okay with it. You'll not offend me. Even the people that want to come in and make hurtful statements, they're not going to offend me. I might look at them like, if you were here right now, I'll slap the shit out of you, but that's a different story. Mark, I'm not saying y'all don't have guns there. I do know that there, last time I checked, there were 13 firearms per person in the state of Texas. That's legal. Welsh Piper, good question. I can't say that I have a singular favorite. But depending upon the situation, I do have certain favorites. But if I had to say the cigar that I covet the most, absolutely would go out of my way to get, it is the Silencio by Cohiba. You can't buy it. Only way you can get it is to go to an event with Mr. Williams. Mr. Williams is a Cohiba ambassador. He invented a cigar blend that Cohiba liked so much they literally bought it. And they told him, we want you to be a cigar ambassador, go around, talk about our cigars, hand out some of your own, but we are never going to sell this cigar. They're never going to sell that cigar, or at least not until he passes. And Boris, you could be a Texan. There's many Texans that do not have a firearm. My granddaughter does not have a firearm, and she's a Texan. Okay, she's not even 1 year old yet, but see, you can be a Texan. We just have to get you a big Texas tattoo and naturalize you. Of course, I'm not sure how you would do with the heat. That would be the problem with you being a Texan, is the heat. It would kill you, sir. And not in a good way. I mean roast you alive. Oh yeah, the Hemingway humidors, those come out like right around this time of year every year. Actually, they come out right around Thanksgiving so that people can try and buy them before Christmas. Oh yeah, very nice. Very nice. Oh, not a problem there. Don't worry, Mark. It's all good. Boris, I'm agreeing with you. Owning a firearm would be way less of a problem for most people than the heat. Whoo, Eddie, you're only at 3. I'm not telling you what my number is. Let's just say that it's always one less than I think that it needs to be. Because I'm always thinking, what's the next one? And recently my wife started collecting also, so there's more than just the ones registered to me here in the house. Welsh Piper, which are you asking about? The cigar? The asking price. The asking price for the cigar is normally you got to come in and buy some Cohibas while their rep is there. And you have to know about it ahead of time, but if he's got them, it's an exquisite cigar. But because they're not sold anywhere, it's harder to get than any other cigar I've ever heard of. And Mark, yes, that is definitely true. That was a statement. I don't remember if it was Hirohito or if it was the guy that planned Pearl Harbor that said attacking the United States of America mainland is completely crazy because there will be an armed American behind every blade of grass. Or actually, I believe he said there would be a rifle behind every blade of grass. And, well, when he gets to Texas, he ain't wrong. We got a bunch of grass. Some of it, people even smoke. I'm not going to sit there and do that myself. I'm just telling you. Oh, the humidor. The problem with that statement, Welch, is I am not big on getting a humidor like that for myself personally. Because I'm always afraid that it's going to come unseasoned, but with the cigars in it. And then I got to take all the cigars out, store them for 2 weeks while I season the humidor so that it doesn't destroy the cigars in the same exact time. So that's always an issue there. And I never put a cigar in a humidor until I personally have seasoned it, because you're just asking for problems. Peter, if they did sell the Silencio, it was completely by mistake. Because they should not have had enough of them to ever sell them. That's just one of those crazy things about the cigar. I've got one left. And I'm holding on to it for dear life. It's aging quite nicely. Oh yes, Welsh, it is a very nice humidor. Onion, you season a humidor. First thing you need to know is how many cigars will actually safely fit in the humidor. If it is 20 cigars, you need one Boveda pack of the 84% humidity. And then to the next 20. So one pack goes for each 20 that it'll hold. You take the Boveda pack, you open it up, you put it in the humidor, you shut the lid. If it doesn't seal great, you put that almost rubberized tape around it, the same as a lot of guys do with their tins. And then it ends up seasoned in about 2 weeks. And that's really all you have to do. You just have to have the extra 2 weeks. Now, if you're buying a humidor that comes with cigars in it and you want to season that humidor, howdy Chip, by the way, my suggestion is you get glass jars, gallon-sized glass jars. You can get them at Walmart or wherever. You just want it to have a good seal. You put a Boveda pack for every 20 sticks to keep your cigars in good condition while you're seasoning the humidor. That's the cheapest way that I know to do it. You can do it with freezer bags, but you have to be real careful with the freezer bags, and by freezer bags I mean like Ziplocs that really truly seal. You want freezer bags because you want the thicker plastic. That would be the cheapest, absolute cheapest way to go about it. But the glass jars are usable later for lots of tins and lots of lighters and matches of all kinds and sand, whatever you want to do with them. Whereas the freezer bags, you're pretty much stuck throwing them out after they've spent the 2 weeks. And you can always reuse the glass jars. Anytime you have too many cigars come in all at once, you can just pull out the glass jar and throw in a couple of Boveda packs and load in your extra cigars, and you should be fine. Quite honestly, I know a lot of guys who quit using humidors entirely just so that they can use glass jars, because glass jars don't breathe. And Boveda even made a crystal clear, it's some sort of plastic resin that I'm not sure right off the top of my head, but it's a polyacrylic something or other. And they do really, really well. Because again, they don't breathe. But any kind of a wooden humidor, you want to definitely season it when you get it so that it doesn't end up just sucking all of the moisture out of your cigars. There's nothing worse than opening up that nice humidor you've got after putting some cigars in there, and one day later they're as dry as a bone and you're wondering, what in the hell did I do wrong? Boris, yes, a small wine cabinet and the acrylic with a couple of little cedar sheets. There's a lot of ways to turn a makeshift humidor into something that's really nice. But I'm not going to try and make somebody spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars just because they're interested in getting a couple dozen sticks or a bundle of... I mean, let's be honest. If you're just going to go out and get a bundle of the Drew Estates factory smokes, less than $50 for 25 sticks, you're not going to spend $300 on a humidor for that. But you can put them in a gallon glass jar for about 20 bucks and you call it good. Martin, if I ever get to the 100 count, I will revisit the Death Nut 2.0 and I will do the package freaking chip. Not on the same day, But I'll do it. I'm never getting to 100. It's not going to happen. Right. So, Mark's not wrong about trying to keep your humidor at least 2/3 of the way full. You want to keep it pretty close to about, no, we're not doing a Death Nut suppository. That's not happening. I don't care if I got 1 million subs and was getting Patreon and all kind of different money added in. Not happening. Not gonna do it. Oh yeah, Foundation Tabernacle. Those are great cigars, especially if you're getting the Havana seed. That's like woo. By the way, howdy, Martin. Don't worry. Martin's just mad because I showed him how to do actual shots the other day. I didn't water it down. Even though you do have the ultimate watering tin from the Nashville Mafia. Just say it. Now, Patrick Grant, LFD and Padron are very interesting cigar companies in the fact that they own all of their own tobacco. They don't use anybody else's. So other than them, everybody else uses somebody else's tobacco. And of every company out there, all of them uses Plasencia grown tobacco, which is one of the interesting reasons of why Plasencia, which they buy some tobaccos from other people when they're making their cigars, but that's part of the reason why their cigars are pretty freaking exquisite. Just saying. Oh yeah. Challenges in Texas. We go big or we go home. Luckily, I'm at home. Just saying. Very luckily for me, I'm already at home. I don't have to challenge nothing. My only challenge is going to be whether I'm going to still be awake at the end of the giveaway this evening. Okay, tobacco names. Uh-oh, hey, Nashville Mafia it appears to have gone live. Can anybody verify that? Okay, LFD is La Flor Dominicana. Padron is like Patron, which was one, but it's a with a D. And Plasencia, if you start typing in something that looks like placenta, but you add cigar behind it, Google will pretty much get you there. All right. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, if you need some help on picking out a good cigar, Briar Report put out a damn good article on their magazine. Most of that came from me, but a good portion of it came out from Phil. Give that a good look. As per always, I'd like to tell y'all, thanks for being here. Loved having y'all. Such a great time. Wait, false alarm for Nashville Mafia? But I'm being told Mafia is live. Anyways, I'm going to go over there and hang out at Nashville Mafia. They might be doing a black screen right now, but we're going to hang out and hopefully get 100 people in there. Thank you all for being here, as per always. Take care of yourselves and each other. We do such a good job at that here. As per always, remember, long lives, big bowls, and long ashes. Y'all take care, and I will see you at the Nashville Mafia here in just a minute. Bye for now, and remember, if you got any cigar questions, go ahead, shoot them over to me. You can leave them on any video I've got. I will get back to you with the best answer I've got, even if it's, I don't know. Talk to y'all soon. Bye for now.